Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the channel. I had to think about it really quickly. It's 11:50, so I was like, is it morning? It's right on the line, but still morning technically. Hope you guys are doing well and having a great one out there. Let's dive into a little bit of Cheap Trick. We're going to listen to this track, World's Greatest Lover. This is coming off of the album All Shook Up, their fifth studio album, which was released in 1980. We're listening to this because it was suggested and sponsored by Derek. Derek, thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you for the suggestion. Listen, you may have noticed by now, but I am doing a little bit of a Valentine's Day thing this month. I don't have my stuff set up right now. I take it, I put it up, and then I take it down. I put it up, and then I take it down. And I get up, I get down. You know, so right now it's in and down phase. Let's go ahead and dive into the track, though. Let's do the thing. We'll discuss it, of course, a little bit after. Thank you, as always, for being here. Derek, thank you for the support and the suggestion. I appreciate that. We'll talk about it. We'll listen to it. I did the whole intro, and I never even pulled up the song. It's coming. You give me a little bit. Elvis Presley also has a song called All Shook Up. So does Jeff Beck. Look at that. But right now, we're listening to Cheap Trick. Here we go. Phantom.
You're the world's greatest lover in my world. You're the world's greatest lover in my world. In my heart, in my world, there is no one else in the whole wide world. Yeah, 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 yeah. As I sit and write this letter and dream of home. As I sit and write this letter and think of home. In my heart, in my world, there is music that I've never heard.
Great push that is.
Yeah, 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 yeah. In my world.
You know it's building this.
My world. Like I've never heard. In my world.
There it is.
I ain't a poet, baby. I'm a man. I'm coming home, darling, fast as I can. I ain't a poet, baby. I'm just a man that loves you. I love you. You're the world's greatest lover in my world.
He hits those notes very cleanly, gotta say.
You're the world's greatest lover in my world. In my heart, in my world, there is music that I've never heard. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Can I tell you what I thought of that song? And don't laugh at me. I think that this is me saying this. I think that it needs more time. I think it needed a longer duration. It's 4 minutes, clocking in near 5. Give it a 6:30. Give it a 6:30. And why do I feel like that? Because I enjoyed this. This is a cool song. I like the build-up. I like the dramatic, pretty much theatrical kind of sound that the scenery was taking on with the music and the strings and the piano and such and everything, the melodies. In the very beginning, you get that Phantom of the Opera run, and then it kind of builds upon that as the curtain begins to pull away, and of course, we're introduced to the singers and the players and everyone, right? I like that. I felt like it ended quickly. It almost was anticlimactic. And I guess I mean that in the best way possible because, of course, you want the audience to want more. So I'm asking for more because I liked it. I just wanted some more time with it. And for me, it felt like it went quickly, which once again, I suppose is more of a compliment than anything else. I want more of it. Give me more. The most impressive thing, however, is absolutely the lead singer. Lead singer here is going to be, I'm pulling it up, Robin Zander. Robin Zander, he has a very unique voice, and that's when I'm first hearing his tone, he has almost like this sneer kind of quality to it, like almost like if you wanted to, he could kind of sing in like a punk or like a punk adjacent kind of band because it has that sarcastic snare to it. You know what I mean? SNEER. And then when he sings the yes, those part, he has a little bit of a rougher quality, which I know it's 1980, but it almost sounds like he could sing like in a kind of grunge-esque kind of way, going to that way. But then perhaps because of the music around it and what's surrounding him, his power that he brings, the high notes and the long sustained notes, the held notes that he sings in here, of which there are plenty, he does it with such a cleanliness that to me it is very impressive just how clean and perfectly piercing and satisfying those notes are when he does that. And the last time, of course, he pushes it, gives a little bit of a gust underneath those vocal wings just to give it a little lift, and it sounds really more impressive. And I just thought that his vocals were the standout in this track. It already had a really cool mood to it, but the way that he sang it was really fantastic. And I think that, from what I'm hearing here, he has a very unique voice. Like I said, it sounds recognizable. And I think that was really, really cool. Rick Nielsen playing guitar and the piano that we heard here as well. And I like how when his guitar was kind of initially coming in during the verse, I would say, you heard little pips of it, little peaks of it kind of making its way in. And then, of course, eventually we get into the full-blown solo, which is really nice, just kind of sending us off and to a nice dramatic finish there. But it's really Xander's vocals that I thought was the absolute best and pinnacle of this track. Just really impressive all around and absolutely an enjoyable listen on that particular end. And then you also have the drums and the bass, drums by Bunny Carlos, rather, and then Tom Peterson on bass. I do see here that everything is arranged and produced by George Martin of the Beatles, so that definitely lends itself to a very particular ear, of course. But I guess when you're thinking about the arrangements, and I guess I can hear a little bit of that Beatles-esque sound to what's happening here. But can I tell you, this was released in 1980. I'm going to mention more modern bands, so just hear me out. Because every time I say, this reminds me of blank modern band, I know it's reverse. It's just, I got to put it to you how I'm seeing it and how I hear it, okay? So let me reverse it so I don't get commented. Bands and singers like the lead singer of Muse, if I remember, that's Matt Bellamy, and the lead singer of Radiohead. His name starts with a T. I know his name. But those two lead singers, I would not be surprised if they took influence from Mr. Zander, because I can hear a little bit of Zander in the way that they sing. Even though I'm not overly familiar with those two bands, I'm familiar enough that it does kind of remind me a little bit of them in some capacity. Let's look at the lyrics here. You're the world's greatest lover in my world. You're the world's greatest lover in my world. In my heart, in my world, there's no one else in the whole wide world. Yeah. As I sit and write this letter and think of home, and I sit and write this letter and think of home in my heart, in my world, there's music that I've never heard in my world, like I've never heard in my world. And you are that music. I ain't no poet, baby. I'm a man. I'm coming home, darling, fast as I can. I'm just a man that loves you. And it repeats from there. Very straightforward and simplistic lyrics in that sense, but with heart all the same. Says Rick Nielsen wrote this track on piano in around 72, but wasn't recorded until, of course, 1980. Says it was very difficult coming up with the arrangement. Sometimes you get 90% of a song in 10 minutes, but then you can't get that other 10% for 10 years. Very, very true. The drummer revealed that Nielsen's original version was about 10 minutes long and faster. That I would love to hear. I don't know about 10 minutes. I'd have to hear it, but I would absolutely say that, it needed a little bit more length to it, in my opinion. Nielsen said that the song was supposedly written from the perspective of a guy writing a love letter to his wife or a girlfriend, sitting in a foxhole getting shot at in World War I. That's how I envisioned it, like he's climbing out of the foxhole, dodging bullets. It says Martin also wrote the string parts for this track, of course. Martin and engineer Jeff Emmerich intentionally gave this song a sound reminiscent of George Harrison. One day I overheard George and Jeff talking, and George goes, "I think we should give it the George Harrison treatment." That means throw everything but the kitchen sink on the track. But I like how that, to me, that really came to a nice head at the end of the track, kind of giving a nice climax as it, did throw everything up in there. And of course, a lot of other information here. Any not track information, but chart information. I don't see any as I glance. The singles released in the Netherlands was the only one to come up with a picture sleeve. Released as a 7-inch single. No chart information for this particular track, but a nice one nonetheless. And perfectly in line, I should say, with the month. Let me know what you guys thought of the track, of course, in the comments down below. Derek, I appreciate the recommendation. I appreciate the support. Thank you guys so much, as always, for being here and hopefully enjoying your stay. Come back tomorrow, and I will see you all later. Bye.